Warning. This program may contain material of an explicit or graphic nature. Viewer discretion is advised.
Broadcasting undead from the B ward. This is post-mortem, post-marriage edition.
It is.
I'm Dom.
And I'm JD. Married JD.
Version 3.0.
3.0. Second time's the charm. And this holy man sitting to my left, he married my wife and I. He's a holy man.
Yeah.
An unholy man. And
the saint of taint.
The saint of
the
taint.
deacon of freaking.
And when he did it, he said, by the power of the state of California and a bunch of shit that's too weird to explain right now, I now pronounce you man and wife.
Yeah, people asked me about that afterwards, and I was like, it involves aliens and alien Jesus and Bigfoot. And only Tsunami laughed at.
There will be marriage.
Yeah, I actually said it in the ceremony. Like, we did the little spot where, like, we let people, if they want to step up and object. But it was like Sledge and RJ and Tsunami, so it was like
a bunch of pro wrestlers,
or like punk band members.
Yeah.
And I was like, if anyone is dumb enough to look at this group of groomsmen and try to, object to this marriage, speak now or forever hold your peace, and they all turn around and like mad dog the audience. It's like, all right, with that said, there will be marriage.
Yeah, it was awesome. And
that was
thank
Aubrey's
you so
idea
much for
too.
doing it. Yeah, she didn't know you were going to do the voice,
Yeah.
but she still liked it. And then we went on our honeymoon. We went to an Evil Dead style cabin in Big Sur in the middle of fucking nowhere. It was awesome.
Summon some demons.
I was shitting on a fucking balcony overlooking the redwoods and a toilet. Like, there's the toilet and the shower and the bathtub were all outdoors.
So you got to,
not an outhouse.
You got to shit in the woods like a bear?
I got to shit in the woods like a bear, actually.
But like a civilized bear with a toilet.
Some deer came right up to the cabin and shit. It was really good.
Did the toilet flush?
It did, yeah. Yeah.
That's fucking awesome.
It's like, and there's Wi-Fi and shit. It was fucking awesome.
You could sit on your toilet in the woods on your iPad, enjoying nature and technology at the same time while taking a dump. That's like all of my favorite shit.
Taking a dump, nature and technology. Yeah, and then we went to Hollywood for a couple days. We got to go to the Museum of Death. We went to the fucking Wax Museum. I sent you that picture,
Yeah. Was it
me and Nicolas Cage?
Yeah. Was it a Madame Tussauds Wax Museum?
No. It was the Hollywood world famous.
Yeah.
And they have a whole horror wing now. I didn't know that, but there was Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, Pinhead, the fucking Xenomorph. There was like 12 horror icons. Fucking Hannibal Lecter.
Right?
There was no Freddy. Freddy was the only one missing. I don't know why. Maybe because of licensing or something like that. But
I think because the reason I'd asked if it was Madame Tussauds is I think Madame Tussauds is the only one that has the licensing to use Freddy. Because they have a Freddy one.
I didn't even know that was a wax museum, the Madame Tussauds.
Yeah,
I thought it was like a palm reader or something.
That's like the best wax museum. It's they make like they're so realistic that like they have this picture of Arnold Schwarzenegger standing next to his Terminator wax dummy dressed the same, and you can't tell the difference.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah, then we finished up by me doing UEW death matches. I got bulldogged through a shower door. That was fun.
Yeah.
You saw my elbow. I have a big ass infected ass pussy in my elbow.
Yeah,
chunks of skin hanging out, meat hanging out,
nasty
tendons,
vagina.
Yeah, I got one on my leg too. And then one of the guys I was wrestling, Andre, he got his throat slit and got rushed to the ER and almost died. So that's good times.
That's UEW, right?
Yeah, that's UEW. Yeah, it was pretty awesome. But the wife and I talked. We went to the Museum of Death.
Yeah.
I know you're fond of death and things like that.
A little bit.
And we want to thank you for being our officiant, our holy man.
All right.
So I picked you up a little something from the Museum of Death. And it's an Ed Gein shirt that looks like a fucking tarot card.
That's so rad.
That says the Hermit. They have one of like all the different serial killers with a different thing, like the Hermit and that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The Satanist, Richard Ramirez and stuff.
Nice.
The back says "Death is everywhere" and it's got the little logo on the sleeve and everything. But just want to get you that, and there's a little patch too attached to it, a little Museum of Death patch.
Nice.
So
thank you. I'm gonna wear this when I do my first live music show.
Awesome.
I'm gonna wear this at the live post-mortem show.
All right.
And I'm not going to wear this at my new job.
The old people will actually die when they see the death is everywhere.
We had a weekend of transitions. JD got married, and I started my new job working with the elderly, and it's fucking rad. They want me to do guided meditation there. Like I brought up to one of the ladies that I work with that I'd read some stuff about how guided meditation is even good for people who are in non-communicative states because it stimulates their brain and just kind of like keeps them active. And they're like, well, you've got a nice voice, you should do it. And I asked them if I could set it to music, and they're like, yeah, sure, no problem. So I'm going to bring in like ambient music, but I'm totally going to slip my own stuff in there.
And then you're going to play the Lalo Schifrin, The Exorcist. the Exorcist tapes.
The screaming and buzzing sounds. Yeah. The only thing I can think, though, is that, like, except for my parents, really nobody under 50, I think, has heard the Ars Moriendi album.
Yeah.
So, like, what if I brought it in there and started playing it for them during meditation, and then, like, that night people started dying?
That would be really crazy. I sent you that picture of the Ars Moriendi, remember?
Yeah,
I saw it on the wall.
Yeah, that's
like,
awesome.
What the fuck? That's on the outside of the Museum of Death, like a mural.
Yeah.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, or Ars Moriendi is what they called the photography of dead people that they used to do, like when photography was just a new thing.
Post-mortem photography?
Yeah, the post-mortem photography. They would also call it Ars Moriendi, or like the making of death masks. Like any of that was all called Ars Moriendi. It just means the art of dying. But then, like, some guy also wrote a book called Ars Moriendi about, like, the transition and, like, how to, like, ease people through, so they don't, like, die in fear and panic and stuff.
Yeah. We've had a lot of personal news happen. That's the end of that. For all of our listeners that listen all the time, maybe you enjoyed that. Maybe you like to hear about what the fuck we're doing with our lives, even though you might not give a fuck. And for you new listeners, you're probably bored as fuck. So now, we're going to go to some horror news.
Horror news.
Good old-fashioned horror news.
Right back to it.
Rainbow fucking art pop reanimated horror news. Alright, you want me to start us off this week?
Yeah, go for it.
So, Michael Fassbender accidentally slipped up and let us all know the name of the new xenomorph in Alien Covenant. The Neomorph.
Is it like half Keanu Reeves and half? It's like an alien in a trench coat with sunglasses.
It's all, whoa.
That's what it says when it pops out of the chest.
Little head? No, the little head comes out of the big head.
I know Kung Fu.
The face huggers flying through the air. Flying through the air chasing some rabbit tattoos. So it's a sequel to the Prometheus prequel. We'll follow Fassbender's android character, David. In other Alien news, Snapchat has released a face huggers alien lens to commemorate the 30th anniversary of the iconic original Alien.
That's kind of cool. I don't do Snapchat, but that's still pretty awesome.
Yeah, it is pretty cool. But it makes me think, I'd much rather see a bunch of basic-ass white girl bitches with face hugger selfies instead of dog ears and fake flowers on their heads.
Yeah, yeah.
That's all I see in my Facebook feed.
Though I'm sure someone's going to figure out how to put dog ears on the face hugger.
Yeah, so that's all I got to say about Alien. It's just a little piece of news, but doubled up.
Nice.
So
I've been rearranging my house. I got some new like shelving units and stuff like that because it turns out I'm not moving out of it now. And I have the shelves that I got. I set all my stuff up, and there's this one big open shelf that I just don't have enough stuff to put shit in. And I was looking for statues and stuff online. And I went on Etsy to see if there were any like custom-made alien statues, because I've got this alien cookie jar that I keep my weed in, but it looks like the alien, you just take the head off and all the shit's in there. And on Etsy, someone had made, but it was like $600. It was a gas mask that looked like the face hugger.
Oh, that's pretty awesome.
It like went on your lower half of your face, and then there were the eye rings over it, but everything lower, and then the straps that went on your head looked like the face hugger. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, if I had that kind of money to spend, I'd buy that.
Yeah, if you could just throw that out there for fucking $600 for a prop. That's pretty awesome.
All right.
What you got this week?
So we got new independent horror movie news. Something coming out that looks pretty awesome. Something that actually you pointed me in the direction of.
Yeah.
Movie coming out called Child Eater. Similar to Lights Out, the full-length feature film is based on a short film of the same name. By the way, I watched Lights Out, and I really liked it.
Yeah, it's good, huh?
Yeah, it's.
I was just disappointed that they didn't show the face, like the short.
Yeah,
and...
they showed like a little snippet of what she looked like.
Yeah,
but that part was. But
and the dialogue's a little rough and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The creepiness is good.
Yeah, the
jump scares are
really
good and that kind of stuff. But
I thought that as far as just like a ghost story goes,
yeah,
it was good.
Yeah,
I would probably have given it like maybe a 7.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think I was pretty close to that.
Yeah. This movie was similar to Lights Out in that it had a short first, and they got the money, and then they made another full movie. It's getting very, very good reviews that boast about its creepiness and its success in creating a brand new iconic monster. While the film may rely on classic boogeyman tropes, the title character is sort of a Doug Jones-like lanky creature that has elements of the Pale Man from Pan's Labyrinth and the Creeper from Jeepers Creepers. But it's suffering from an eye disease, so like any reasonable monster, he attempts to cure his eyes by removing and eating the eyes of children.
That's what I do.
Yeah, exactly. Anytime I get like a conjunctivitis or anything like that.
Anytime you got the clap, you're biting off kid dicks.
I get pink eye, so I grab my melon baller and I go to the preschool.
That's horrible.
When a young boy is abducted, his babysitter, who is overly committed to earning her $10 an hour, comes to his rescue, and the preview is very, very atmospheric. It has very cool sound and music design, lots of good light and shadow.
Yeah.
And it doesn't look like it's going to be overly reliant on CG.
No, not at all. It looks like it's all practical,
Yeah.
and that it's been hitting film festivals and getting good reviews. So.
Yeah. Teaser trailers on YouTube. You're looking forward to this. I'm looking forward to this.
Yeah.
I think it's directed by a Swedish guy named Erlanger Otar Thordson, but it's in English. So.
Yeah, it's a Swedish director, but an English language movie, so which is weird.
Yeah.
But
wasn't Let the Right One in Swedish?
the original
one.
Yeah, I believe it was Swedish.
Yeah, and Girl with a Dragon Tattoo was Swedish also. So they've got some good kind of semi-extreme cinema coming out.
Yeah, Europe is really killing it. Yeah. Like Spain with Kidnapped,
Yeah.
You got Baskin.
Yeah.
You got all the fucking French shit that was the best.
Right.
So I think really Europe is the best making horror right now, not Japan or North America.
Yeah,
so
maybe we can port some of that over here to America, give them some freedom to create and
get
some good shit out of it.
For sure.
And the movie, at the end of the trailer, it said that it's coming in 2016, so it looks like we're going to be getting our hands on it before the year's out.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Well, I got another new one. I'm going with all good horror news this week. Been dwelling on the negative too much.
Yeah. Rain Cloud
over the post-mortem show. I just had the happiest times of my life getting married.
I had the time of my life.
And then I went and ate light tubes at UEW, which I said I would never do again. And now my tongue's all swollen, so if you guys hear like a little bit of a slur in my speech, I am drinking, like usual. But my tongue's all swollen and cut up because I bit a light tube in half.
There's a physical reason. You said you would never do it again. It's like fucking the ex-girlfriend.
Yes. Similar to that, I have sores on my tongue, just like if you... So, film made in 2015 by the Loved Ones director Sean Byrne is finally getting distribution. IFC will be releasing The Devil's Candy in March of 2017. It's got good reviews on the festival circuit and stars Ethan Embry from Hackers, Sherry Appleby, Pruitt Taylor Vincent, and Kiara Glasgow. A struggling artist moves his family to their dream house in Texas. Their lives go to shit when a demonic force takes hold of the young family and his paintings begin to take a satanic turn. In addition to the demonic presence, they are terrorized by the son of the former owners and the devil himself.
Wow.
There's a teaser trailer up that's in Russian, and I watched it in Russian language, and I still think it looks awesome.
Wow. The movie's not Russian, though.
No, it's not, but that's the only trailer I could find.
I'm the one who brings the devil's candy.
And it's metal. Like, like the poster has him with like a Flying V guitar. And it looks pretty awesome. I'd say it's like a more serious version of Deathgasm.
Okay.
And I'm definitely checking it out.
Nice. It's called The Devil's Candy.
The Devil's Candy, yeah.
Cool. Sounds good.
Yep.
I know he said that we weren't going to have any more personal news, but I think this news is actually more relevant to post-mortem than anything.
It is.
Our I guess now official... Well, no, Morty is the official post-mortem mascot.
Yeah, we have Morty, we have Doug Jones,
And we have Biff.
And now we have Biff.
And soon there's going to be Biff Jr.
And soon there'll be Biff Jr. Multiple Biff Juniors.
Biff, Burf, Borf, Baff.
Biff couldn't even... Biff is so stupid and such a fuck up that he couldn't even get neutered right. And so even though he was neutered, my puppy, Bailey, who's a yellow lab, they told us to wait. If your dogs are neutered, if you lock her up, it's fine. Wait till 6 months to neuter her because these big dogs like a lab will have hip problems if you neuter them too young. So if you wait till about 6 months, which is about 6 months right now,
yeah,
and get her neutered then, or spayed, I guess you'd say,
yeah,
because she's the female, it's going to be better for her in the long run, for her longevity of her health and her well-being and stuff. So, great.
Yeah.
You know, Biff has no balls.
Yeah.
How the fuck do you get my dog pregnant with no balls?
I mean, he's got that huge red rocket. Maybe he's got like a second ball on the
Maybe
inside.
he has 4 balls. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, but they corkscrew got stuck together. I sent you the picture, which was very entertaining.
Yeah.
And now I have the combination of the 2 stupidest dogs on the planet.
You know, like when you do the sonogram and you like hear the baby's heartbeat, like instead of hearing the heartbeat, all you heard on the inside was duh, 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 and then they put the sonogram on there, and it was just every incarnation of Biff from all of our graphics inside of Bailey.
Oh, God.
Grandma Biff, National Geographic Biff.
They better not act like Biff.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's not biologically, but Biff technically banged his sister to have these babies. So.
Yeah. Stepsister, I guess you'd
Yeah,
say.
yeah.
I don't know. Oh, God, my life sucks. Hey, if you guys want an official post-mortem dog, hit me up for free. Yellow Lab Border Collie puppies. They're going to be cute as fuck.
We'll even sign them.
We'll sign them. Yeah, we'll sign them.
Certificate of authenticity.
We'll mail them off to you, UPS.
In a box with holes poked in it.
You come pick it up, it's yours. We have 3 to 12 of those fuckers to look forward to.
Yeah.
In about 45 days.
Is that really all it takes?
It takes like between 50 and 60 days, and her nipples are big.
Yeah.
She's been... I think that picture I sent you was the actual act of her getting knocked up.
That was the...
You see that look
the day
on,
the deal
on
was sealed.
fucking Biff's face? Like,
yeah.
please don't kill me, Dad. Biff, your spot's getting taken by your son. Throwing you out. Back to the cold streets where I found you.
I made you, I can unmake you.
Someone else can go save your life and adopt you and pay $1,000 for your fucking ear and eye infections.
Did you get him fixed too, or did he come fixed?
He came fixed. The vet told me he was fixed.
Huh.
He had no balls.
What if he was just born without testicles on the outside?
Maybe they were, they didn't ever drop or whatever.
That makes sense with his high-pitched bark and all that.
Yeah. And he's kind of a little bitch, and he's a runt. He's a runt. He's small for his breed and everything.
Yeah.
God damn you, Biff. That's enough. I don't want to talk about this anymore. I said we're going to have no negative horror news, and this is negative horror news right here. I got a lot of problems on my plate now.
Yeah, you
got a lot to deal with. We got our first ever live show coming up.
Well, how do you think Biff feels? He's going to have to pay child support soon.
Yeah, he is when he's out in the streets.
To go get a job
he's gonna have
Taco.
He's going to have to work under the table, get his license revoked. That's it for horror news. That's fucking plenty of horror news this week. And we're coming back. We're not doing the good and the bad movie. We're not doing nostalgia killers. We're going to a lot of people's favorite segment, At the Movies, with Dom and JD.
Watch Phantasm Ravager.
Ravager.
It's hard to say.
Final Phantasm. How can I say it and my tongue's all fucking cut up?
That's weird. Yeah.
And you're the eloquent one, and I'm the drunk. But we'll be coming back with Dom and JD Go to the Movies to watch Phantasm Ravager. If you guys haven't seen it yet, we'll tell you what we think. No spoilers.
Sunday!
No, Friday.
Friday! Coming to the Colony Park Community Center, November 11th, 2016, SenCal Pro presents a special benefit show for Templeton Youth Football.
This show will feature Lucha Underground stars, Pentagon Jr., and Mr. Cisco, a.k.a. Lil Cholo.
Help the Templeton Youth Football meet their quota so that they can buy their shit.
And they're hosting the Youth Football Super Bowl.
Oh, wow.
So
Awesome.
that's what this is going to benefit. Is if anything, it's going to benefit their post game parties.
Yeah, so it's going to benefit all of Central Coast youth football.
Friday, November 11th, 2016, at the Colony Park Community Center, 5599 Traffic Way at Tascadero, California. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. The first match starts at 7. Food and drink will be available for purchase. Tickets start at just $20 at www.sencalpro.com.
Friday. Sunday? Friday. Tickets are available. sencalpro.com.
Let's go down to the movies with Dom and JD, Blood, Boobies, and Doug Jones. Psychos, monsters, bloody slashes, maniacs, and tits and asses, chainsaws, knives, and faithful bashes on Postmortem. Let's go down to the movies with Dom and JD for some more Doug Jones. No, Doug Jones.
I love that song.
It's the best song ever written.
It is. Won every award that year.
It won the Nobel Peace Prize.
We're recycling jokes again. That's okay. Because we watched Phantasm Ravager.
That was the fifth one, wasn't it?
It was the fifth one. Number 4, Oblivion, was the worst one to me.
Yeah.
Phantasm Ravager, I did not have high hopes going into because of how it was pushed back, delayed.
Right.
Backing fell out, distribution. I was very impressed.
Yeah, it took a minute for me to get into it, and I'll get into why in a little bit, but once it hooked me, it really hooked me.
It did. Opening scene explains the whole series and is fucking awesome. It even gave me goosebumps.
Yeah.
Reggie Bannister is all alone in the desert with nothing but his quad shotgun, a pistol, and a duffel bag full of shit.
And his ponytail.
And some asshole drives up behind him, giving him a bunch of shit. So he jacks the guy's car.
It's actually his car. That's why he's walking through the desert.
Oh,
that's because he's talking.
It
to
is
himself
his car.
about
yeah.
I had this whatever car, it was super rare, blah blah blah, and then that's the car that pulls it behind him.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh, where'd you get the car?" And I just found it.
Yeah. And then that's when the balls come. The balls. Silver spear testicles with knives attached to them. Unfortunately, when they show up, they're CG at first. And that's what really fucking killed me,
Yeah, that's the two things that killed me on it was the CG and the fact that it was shot in very, very well lit HD.
Yeah.
So it kind of looked like a Sci-Fi Channel movie.
Like a soap opera or some shit, yeah.
And it took a minute for me to get past that, like I said, but once I did, it was worth it.
Yeah, dude, I sighed when I saw that the balls were CG. But then when they kill the guy and shoot the blood out, it goes practical. So there's a combination here. They're trying to use the CG to not have to tie balls to string and make them fly across the room.
But I think that's part of Phantasm's appeal.
Yeah, it is. But they made some kind of combination. So Reggie wakes up in a wheelchair with Mike pushing him, and he's in a retirement home. And it seems like he's hallucinating the whole tall man thing. The tall man is even his roommate, and he also sees Mike and Jody. So that was a pretty cool little angle. You don't know whether he's fucking crazy and hallucinating all this, and the tall man's just his roommate, or what?
Yeah, and Mike brings up that he was reading a book about how people exist in multiple dimensions, but when you die or when you're dying or when you become close to death, that veil between those dimensions can get a little bit thinner, and you can experience both lives.
Yeah.
So you never really know. Is he going crazy? Is he dimension hopping? Is this quantum leap, or is this going nuts?
Yeah, it was pretty deep.
Yeah, really deep, especially for a Phantasm movie.
Yeah, for the fifth Phantasm compared to 4, Oblivion, we have to agree, universally the worst one.
Terrible.
3 is my favorite.
Mine too,
because
it's fucking nuts.
crazy. Yeah. But this one, I was really happy with the way they tied up everything and the throwbacks to the originals, or clips of the originals. They film other scenes. They make him look so old and so young.
Yeah.
When he's in his, it's the same dude, and just with the makeup effects.
They give him little liver spots and all that.
Yeah, they make him look really old and make him look really young.
The only person that they couldn't hide the age of was Angus Scrimm, and I think it was the HD that gave that away, because it was so clear that you could see where the makeup was caked on him to kind of hide his wrinkles. Because that motherfucker's old.
I was okay with it too, especially they did when he's in the retirement home.
He looks old
He
as
probably
fuck.
didn't even have any makeup
Yeah,
on.
but when he's the tall man, he does look younger, though. He does look younger than
yeah,
after retirement.
you can just see the makeup.
You can see a difference, yeah. And I was okay with that because if they had another guy play it instead because he was too old, that would have fucking killed me. I wouldn't even watch it.
Yeah,
but.
yeah.
The best part about this movie to me was the montage of him getting about 30 weapons out of the truck, loading them in the bag with fucking nunchucks and hand grenades and shit, chainsaws. It's fucking awesome.
I like the hardcore midget.
yeah, he was fucking awesome too.
Yeah.
Yeah, those little fingers and
and guns.
yeah, and the worst part to me was Reggie's song, the Ballad of Reggie Bannister.
Yeah.
By this fire dawn, blah blah blah. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
I did like the dubstep mix at the end during the credits though, when it stops and you hear "boy."
Yeah.
If I heard that at a rave, I would just fucking I would pop like a motherfucker.
I like how they went back and forth with the old and younger Reggie, and you can't tell which is the real thing. That was, it kind of kept you guessing. I think I know what happened at the end, but still, you can even keep guessing. You really can't determine which is which at the end.
They
I think I
offer an
figured it out,
explanation, but they leave it open at the same time.
Yeah, definitely. Reggie is quite the character. I don't know why he never took off as a B-movie actor like Bruce Campbell. Like Reggie himself, he should have been in a lot more shit than Phantasm.
Yeah.
He's a great actor. He's funny. He's a decent actor, like in the serious parts too. But like he's got those one-liners, and he's so charismatic.
Yeah.
He should. I don't know why he has not spread all over the place, and we don't hear more fucking movies with him. I'm sure he's been in a few more, but nothing that's iconic.
He's actually a really decent actor too. Like beyond the sort of cheesiness of the horror movie hero character.
Yeah.
A friend of mine made a movie called Primitive. And Reggie Bannister played the main character's therapist in it, and was just a total serious like psychologist character.
Yeah,
and the guy's got some chops. He can do some shit.
He can. Yeah, I'm gonna be watching this again.
Mm.
Yeah, I watched it on my honeymoon in the cabin.
I
had a
watched
great
it on
time.
the big screen.
No, I'm gonna watch it again on the big screen. Yeah, I'm gonna watch it again when I can devote 100% attention for it.
Right.
I'm not being constantly fondled and groped at.
When you have all of your fluids back?
I've replenished my fluids, but I will be watching it again. And like you said, the end credits were fucking great. They featured scenes from the movie in a red tint and clips of the cast members, like when they showed each one. And they dedicated the movie to Ingrid Scrim, who sadly passed away.
And they actually brought back a lot of the original cast members.
They did,
like
Jodie.
Reggie's wife even.
Yeah.
And the effect, they bring her back as a ghost.
Yeah.
And the effect of her where she's levitating, but her toes are barely scraping the ground, and they make sparks when they scrape, that was an awesome effect.
Yeah. The gore's good.
Yeah.
The only bad CG is the actual balls flying. Everything else, the gore is good.
Even the giant ball that was in the sky when he encounters that, like you see that in the previews, that looked okay in the context of everything else.
Yeah, and you know what? The worst effect was the CG fire.
Yeah.
Which is always shitty.
Yeah.
It's always fucking shitty when you do CG fire, but I forgive all the CG in this movie because the dialogue is tremendous.
Yeah, and it's a really good story.
The story is great, yeah. I wish they had more budget.
Yeah.
I wish they had another fucking $30 million or something to make this fucker like...
Yeah. And
they still did it justice, though. Even with their budget, I think they really... How much better could you make it, the end of the Phantasm series?
Right.
It goes out on a high note.
Oh, yeah. It goes out with a bang, for sure.
To me, I'd say that I like 3 the best because of its craziness. 1 is a classic. And then I would say 1 is tied with this one as my second favorite.
Yeah, for sure.
And then 2, then 4.
Yeah. I'd agree with that.
But I really liked this movie. I was so surprised how much I liked it.
Yeah. And when a 5th movie, let alone any sequel, can even hold up to the first movie, that's a good sign.
Yeah. And to be honest, to me, this had the most deep plot. I know Don Coscarelli helped write it, right? Mm-hmm. But he didn't direct it. And I should have looked up, I forgot the name of the director who stepped in, directed, and helped him write this movie. But
yeah, I remember.
I can't wait to see. I'm going to look it up right now while we keep talking. I can't wait to see what else he's got because this was the deepest, most intricate plot line of any Phantasm movie.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it was deeper than just a lot of horror movies in general.
It was,
you know, when they bring in string theory and they explain it correctly, for what it's worth. I mean, for its application in a horror movie, they used it the right way. Like that impresses me, and it was a horror movie that dealt with mental illness and degradation. and treated mental degradation with the respect that it deserves, and didn't try to like be like, you specifically have this thing wrong with you, now let's make a bunch of fucking stereotypes. The thing that I always complain about psychology horror movies, not psychological, but like actual like horror movies rooted in human psychology, they didn't do any of that shit.
Wow. So the director who co-wrote it with Don Coscarelli is a guy named David Hartman, and all of his other credits are animated shit. He's got a Godzilla animated, Starship Troopers animated.
Oh, he made the Starship Troopers animated movie?
Yeah, Jackie Chan Adventures, Astro Boy,
Astro Boy's fucking
Tigger
excellent.
and Pooh, Transformers Prime, and Phantasm Ravager.
Okay.
So for his first live-action directorial debut that I can see on this, he fucking killed it.
Nice.
Especially as the writing, too, because Don Coscarelli is always awesome.
Yeah.
But, Don Coscarelli's movies are a little... They're not deep like this.
Right.
I think that's probably this dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Probably
they're
brought that in.
But I love Don Coscarelli, don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Well, Astro Boy's really good and way deeper than it needs to be for what it is. And the Starship Troopers animated movie is fucking amazing.
Really? I've
Yeah.
never seen it. I
Yeah.
love Starship Troopers.
Yeah,
too.
I would say it's as good as the original, just for different reasons. And it was another one that had more depth to it than it even needed.
I'm looking at, I just looked him up on IMDb. There's this board. It's before this movie came out, and they're saying, Phantasm 5 directed by a kiddie director. This is bullshit, blah, blah, blah. All these people are fucking talking a bunch of shit. And that was before the movie came out. I guarantee if they fucking saw it now, they would be like, wow, that was actually really good. So,
like...
kudos to you, David Hartman.
People who do kiddie stuff, it's not unheard of for them to transition into horror or to dip their toes into horror. I mean, it's happened many times before, and it takes the same kind of unbridled creativity to make good kids stuff that it does to make a good horror movie.
Yeah, for sure. Well, got anything else you want to say about Phantasm Ravager?
I liked it. I'm gonna give it 8 if we're good judge it on a scale of 1 to 10.
That's what I did too. 8 out of 10. Posthumous Angus Scrims.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Angus Scrim. Seriously, iconic character of our childhoods.
Yeah.
Phantasm. He will be missed.
Yeah, for sure.
And he delivered in his last performance.
Yep.
He still nailed it at fucking 87 years old.
Yeah, he was a little older, a little more quivery, but he still brought the gravitas.
I really like the scenes with him and Reggie in the white room.
Yeah.
Where he's just talking to him like a person. It's really weird because usually he's pretty silent. He just runs and he does talk, but he's talking to him like a person, like, you have to do this and that or blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, I've got a plan for you.
Yeah. And he's like, well, I need Mike, though. I need to get Mike back. He's like, no. He's mine.
Mike is mine.
And he threatens him. He says, like, would you like your family? I can make them alive for you again. He's just promising him all this shit. He's like a genie.
Yeah, like the devil.
Yeah, like the devil. Yeah, I really, really fucking like this movie. And I think you guys should all check it out. Especially if you're a fan of the original. I think that even if you only saw number 1 and then you saw this one, you'd enjoy it.
I want to go back and watch them all again.
Me too. I want to start
skip
over.
4, but...
You've never seen 4?
I said I might skip 4.
Oh, skip 4. Yeah, I would skip 4 again too. That was disappointing, but this really brought the series back to the grand finale and couldn't have been more happy with this. So 8 out of 10 posthumous Angus Scrims.
Word.
That's all we got to say about Phantasm Ravager. We'll be back, and we haven't even teased it.
We haven't.
This episode, in honor of the wedding
And Biff and Bailey.
and Biff and Bailey, 2 fucking horror couples, we're going to give you our top 5 horror couples. Top 5 couples in horror.
Yeah.
Top 5 people who bang each other.
Putting the romance
Including-
and necromance.
My number 1 is Biff and Bailey. Fucking stupid ass Biff. We are proud to announce the first ever post-mortem live show, November 19th, 7 p.m. at the Santa Maria Town Center Mall.
That's right. Postmortem, live and uncut, like an uncircumcised baby.
Yes, indeed.
As opposed to a dead, uncircumcised baby.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or a dead circumcised baby.
Yeah, that's true. I guess you beggars can't be choosers. Anyway, this show is happening at 159 Town Center East in Santa Maria, California, at the Santa Maria Town Center Mall.
Santa Maria Town Center Mall, main level. It's in Leisure Time Games. Leisure Time Games is a local comic book and trading card game store, any kind of game other than video games that are gracious enough to host the first ever post-mortem live in front of an audience.
They're
Podcast.
gonna regret this.
They may. Hey, he listens, so don't say that too loudly. We won't be coming at you undead from the B ward. We will be live.
And if you want to come watch JD get real drunk and me pop a bunch of pills and slam energy drinks.
Well, the problem is they don't allow beer in the mall, so I'm just going to have to drink heavily before.
Okay.
So I'll walk in trash.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome.
All right, you guys, if you can come out, if you're anywhere in the Central California area, or if you want to fly in, it's a free show.
That's right. Not charging a dime for it.
November
You're
19th.
gonna get what you pay for.
Yes, indeed. As always with Postmortem. And we're back! With the top 5 horror couples. The horror couples that aren't Dom and JD.
Yeah, that's right.
Or Biff and Bailey.
Oh, fuck, that takes one off my list.
This is a fun list.
Yeah. It went deeper than I thought it would.
It did, and we didn't just do killer couples, we did horror couples.
Yeah.
Couples in horror. They have to be more romantically linked. Are all yours romantically linked? Are they fucking each other? That's what we need to know.
I think one of them is only really implied because they're young. They're too young, but we'll get to that.
They try to get it up.
Right.
They just can't. All right. You want to start us off this week?
Sure. I'm going to start my list with Ash and Linda from Evil Dead.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
That's a good one. Even though Linda, kind of a minor character compared to Ash.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
He does go above and beyond to try to love her.
Yeah.
Even with the chainsaw.
Yeah.
Chainsaw love.
He makes sweet chainsaw love to her. Oh, and I think she's also an important psychological mechanism to the Evil Dead movies, because like when the Deadites bring her back, they use that to fuck with him and make him go increasingly crazy, especially when he's got her in Evil Dead 2.
Yeah.
When he's got her head in the vice. And
Yeah.
She snaps back to normal for a second, but she's still a fucking severed head,
Evil Dead 2 is my favorite of the
Yeah,
whole series.
for
I
sure.
just love Evil Dead 2. The horror, it's still extreme horror like the first one, and comedy like the third one, but it's got the best of both worlds
Yeah,
to me.
for sure. I think it was more the movie Sam Raimi wanted to make, where the first Evil Dead at the time was the movie he could make.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. All right, well, that's a good one. My number 5 is Mommy and Daddy from The People Under the Stairs.
Nice. I put them on my honorable mentions.
The Gimp. He was the Gimp before the Gimp.
He was.
And the Mommy is she's terrifying.
Yeah. But they loved each other in their own weird way.
They do love each other in their own weird way, and they love their kids, I guess, when they're beating them and throwing them into scalding water and chopping their fucking tongues off.
But they don't kill them. They keep them alive. So
They keep them alive and feed them in the fucking floorboards and shit. I love People Under the Stairs.
Yeah, great movie.
And
It
I
still
saw
holds up.
Yeah, it does. And I saw it when I was a little kid. Terrified me.
Yeah. Yeah. It's kind of silly and funny now. Like, I don't
Yeah.
necessarily say it's scary, but it's still entertaining as fuck.
Yeah, I think I saw it on Monster Vision on TNT.
Nice.
Like, cable edited, but I was so young,
Right.
I love that shit. So that's my number 5. Mommy and Daddy. They don't have a name. There's Mommy and Daddy.
Yeah.
Those are the only names in the credits and everything.
Yep. They had a last name. I don't remember what it is right now, but like they were still just Mommy and Daddy. Mm-hmm. My number 4 is the only group or the only couple on my list that, as I previously mentioned, aren't banging technically, but it's Oscar and Ellie and Let the Right One In.
Oh yeah, that is a good horror couple. They
I don't know if they even could bang, not just because they were kids, but because of Ellie's condition.
sideways vagina.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert, sideways vagina. But still, like, there was definitely a love connection.
He loved
there.
her, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I love Let the Right One In. To me, it's one of my top 5 vampire movies. Of all
Yeah,
time.
and just a good story
Really
across
is.
the board.
Yeah.
It's funny, it's a vampire movie, but it's a very human story.
Yeah, I love that one. I'd say my other top vampire movies would be From Dusk Till Dawn. It's probably my favorite ever. I love that shit so much.
Mine is Shadow of the Vampire, and I should probably say
that
John
would-
Malkovich and Willem Dafoe are a great couple too.
Yeah, that From Dusk Till Dawn. What is the Children of the Night? Have you ever seen that?
Yeah,
one?
that's a good one.
It's a good one too. Yeah, there's a lot of good vampire movies, but it's kind of played out. There's more bad vampire movies than good because
Yeah.
it's cheap to make.
Yeah.
There's a lot of low budget shitty vampire movies. All right, my number 4 are Johnny Bartlett and Patricia from The Frighteners.
Nice.
Got one more than Starkweather. I love Jake Busey.
Yeah, he's probably seen enough insanity in his life to channel it.
He just plays like, what would my dad do?
Yeah. What would Daddy do in this situation?
Yeah, I love Jake Busey as an actor from Starship Troopers and the Frighteners only, really. I can't think of anything else other than that other movie I reviewed recently where he was beating off.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Peeping Jake Busey's.
He was in Wing Commander.
I never saw that shit.
Don't.
I won't.
Yeah, it was terrible.
There's a reason why I didn't see it.
Yeah. I think The Frighteners is really, really an underrated movie.
It is. It's great. It's Peter Jackson's last horror movie, isn't it? Like before he went to mainstream.
Yeah.
I don't think he made anything after that was good.
He produced some things, but yeah, he didn't actually.
I hate the Lord of the Rings. I fucking hate it, and I just want him to make one more real horror movie.
Yeah,
I would be so happy.
I read articles about how making the Hobbit movies sort of broke him.
Yeah,
and he just kind of hated filmmaking, and that he's going to take a break for a while after that.
Yeah,
so maybe after he takes that break, he'll come
back to what
with
he knows.
Vengeance. Yeah,
horror comedy, man.
Yeah.
One of the best horror comedy directors of all time.
Yeah, he just does it so well. He just has such a mind for the ridiculous. I hope that it comes back. And that was the thing about the Frighteners. Like it was a lot of crappy CG, but like it was also the late '90s, so we can overlook it.
I don't think it's that bad, honestly. I mean, the ghosts they're shitty ghosts.
Yeah,
that's about it.
The Mummy
Reaper
had worse.
Yeah.
Had worse CG.
Yeah.
But it's such a good story, and it's such an insane fucking it's like a Disneyland ride gone horribly wrong.
If he did come back too, if he had such a bad experience in The Hobbit, if he came back and just tried to have fun, I guarantee it would be his best movie. Maybe even equal to Dead Alive. If he came back after all this shit, and he'd have a massive budget, obviously.
Right.
He's now much more rich than he ever was, so he can make any movie he wanted to.
Yeah, for sure.
So if he came back now and made my script that I put over in our movies that need a sequel, Dead Alive 2.
Bill and Ted get Deadgasm.
No, not that one. Dead Alive 2, Dead or Alive.
Oh, yeah, on the island.
Deader, not dead or, but deader.
Yeah.
They're on an island. They go to Sumatra. Paquita and Lionel get married. They go on their honeymoon to Sumatra, and the rat monkeys come back for him.
Wasn't there pirates involved? Or did I
No, there's those guys that... Remember when he gives that guy the money and his big-ass teeth, he's all happy, he's all shaking it? For the rat monkey?
That's right.
Peter Jackson just contacted us at postmortemshow@gmail.com. I'll send you my script. Give you a decent rate.
Will you actually type it out, or are you going to keep it on the napkins?
But it's actually a roll of toilet paper. Okay. I did not break them. I can just dictate it to him.
That's true.
He would have the pen. I wouldn't write. He wouldn't be able to read my writing, so
right.
I'll dictate it to him. He'll write it down. We'll play off each other. We'll bounce it off each other.
Right.
We'll bounce things back. See what sticks.
Like a game of Pong.
Like a fucked up game of Pong.
We're on number 3 now?
Number 3.
Adam and Barbara Maitland in Beetlejuice.
That's my number 3.
Really?
Yeah.
So we can talk about it.
Crossover. Number 3. Adam and Barbara Maitland. Love them.
Yeah.
They're not killers necessarily, but they're great.
They're so not killers that they can't even properly scare people out of their house.
Exactly.
and that's what makes it so great.
It is, and I love Beetlejuice. It's Tim Burton's best movie, and it's his last good movie, really. I mean, Sleepy Hollow's good.
Yeah, I'd say Sleepy Hollow was his last really good movie. I kind of liked parts of Sweeney Todd.
I hated that fucker.
But on the whole, it doesn't hold up to anything else that he's made before that.
Yeah, his obsession with Johnny Depp needs to die. They need to stop 69ing each other and make a good movie.
Yeah. And I've heard that the Beetlejuice sequel has gone officially back into developmental hell.
Really?
And I think
I thought you meant back into development. But yeah, we said that. Yeah, Michael Keaton said that.
Yeah,
so.
I think that's where it belongs. If like Michael Keaton said, if you can't do it right, don't fuck with it.
Then it will be Independence Day Resurgence. Beetlejuice Resurgence.
Starring Jaden Smith as Beetlejuice.
Got the hair for it.
Fuck.
All right, that was both of our number 3. Adam and Barbara Maitland from Beetlejuice. And fucking Otho. Remember he's on my top 5, douchebags?
Douchebags, yeah.
Top 5 douchebags. Otho is a great douchebag.
Fantastic.
Another R.I.P.
Yeah.
We'll miss you, Otho. Well, we won't really miss you, but we'll miss you as an actor.
Right.
But not your character, because we hate you.
Thank you for making us hate you.
Yes, thank you so much. Meridian cum diazoxide. Number 2.
Chucky and Tiffany, Bride of Chucky and Seed of Chucky.
Chucky and Tiffany, huh?
Yeah. They were almost my number 1.
Wow.
And then something dawned on me. But I don't actually like the original Child's Play movies.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think the original Chucky is scary.
I think the first 3 are good.
Yeah.
I don't really like Bride of Chucky
Really?
and Seed of Chucky and shit like that.
Bride
of Chucky's alright, but Seed of Chucky and like Curse of Chucky and shit, horrible.
Yeah, fuck Curse of Chucky. But I loved Bride of Chucky and Seed of Chucky because they didn't take it seriously. And the whole thing, it was just a fucking joke. And that's what Child's Play should have been. It should have been a horror comedy from the beginning.
I like the one where they're at Camp Pendleton, the army base and shit. Number 3.
That one has its merits.
Yeah,
it's just
really bad.
Yeah,
but
Chucky's such a ridiculous concept.
Yeah,
like, you just fucking kick him, fucking stomp on his head. He's not strong.
Yeah. If it wasn't for Brad Kassir as the voice,
Brad Dourif.
John Kassir is the Crypt Keeper. I'm crossing over my voice actors. Brad Dourif as the voice. It wouldn't have never worked.
Yeah, absolutely.
There would not be the sequels. He fucking killed it. Brad Dourif killed it as the voice of Chucky.
Yeah.
He's the best part, is just the voice.
Yeah.
And when the best part is the voice actor of a doll, you don't have a great concept.
I loved every minute of Bride of Chucky. I thought the addition of Jennifer Tilly as Tiffany was great as like the serial killer fucker.
Oh, yeah.
And Alexis Arquette, who just recently died actually, as her goth boyfriend that they kill.
I would, if Bound was a horror movie, they'd be my top number 1 couple.
Oh yeah, that's a fantastic movie.
There's a lot of
that tape got itself worn out.
Yeah, rug munching, marathon rug munching,
and also John Ritter in that movie was great. He was
John Ritter was fucking awesome, man. And especially in that realtor one. What was it called? The one I told you about?
Terror Tract.
Terror Tract.
I haven't
man.
actually got a chance to watch.
You gotta watch it. It's on YouTube. It's so fucking.
It's marked on my watch later list.
You gotta see it. Yeah, it's so fucking corny. It's like an episode of Tales from the Crypt, but with a bunch of different stories.
It's funny that you mentioned John Kassir and Tales from the Crypt now because I was doing some reading on that recently, and John Kassir was also the voice of Buster Bunny on Tiny Toon Adventures. And if you go back and like listen to Buster Bunny talk, it's almost the exact same voice as the Crypt Keeper. He just added a little bit of rasp for the Crypt Keeper. But they sound the same now. So if you ever like show your kids Tiny Toon Adventures, which you probably should, like that's an important cartoon. Like you'll hear it now.
Well, I'll have to check me out some Tiny Toons. That's number fucking 1087 on my horror movie watch list. Tiny Toon Adventures. My number 2 is Frank and Julia from Hellraiser.
Nice,
dude.
Yeah.
She kills people to bring him back.
That's love.
That's love for your brother-in-law.
And he doesn't even really love her. He
doesn't. He doesn't give a fuck about her. Yeah, fucking Frank is one of the iconic. He could have been on our douchebags list.
He's a huge fucking douchebag.
He is a huge douchebag, and
that's not even like a douchebag list. That's like a scumbag list.
And Julia, not sexy.
No, but still, like she's not attractive. But there's something about like the energy that she puts off that you're like. At least I am. I'm like, huh.
Not to me, man. I have no hots for Julia. With that being said, I did beat off to the tape of Hellraiser because it was one of my first nudity VHS tapes I had as a little kid.
Right. Yeah, I mean, at that age, like you see an elbow from the right angle, it looks like a boob, and you get a boner.
Side boob. Is that an armpit or side boob? I'm just gonna do it anyway.
Fuck it. This is how fetishes are born.
Yeah, Frank and Julia. I love the first Hellraiser.
Yeah.
Great. I love actually the first 4 Hellraiser. The first 5 actually. I love Inferno even.
Yeah.
I even like Hellseeker. That's 6, but after that, man,
2 is still my favorite.
Hellworld and Deader suck, and fucking Revelations is not a Hellraiser movie.
That movie. Yeah, Hellworld hurt my soul because it was a great concept for a movie.
Deader shows Pinhead cut someone's head off with a fucking meat cleaver, and that's the only time he's in the movie.
Yeah. Stupid.
That's fucking stupid.
Stupid as fuck.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
Yeah.
We're trying to stay positive here. That's why I have no negative horror news. It's my wedding week, Just got back from my honeymoon.
Got the afterglow going.
And then I found out about my fucking pregnant-ass dog. What a buzzkill, Bailey and Biff.
Fucking shit up.
I'm going to get those balls out of him, don't worry. Even if they never drop, I'm going to rip them out.
Speaking of melon ballers. All right, my number one horror couple. Probably my number 1 couple in all of cinema or television. Gomez and Morticia Addams.
My number 1 is also Gomez and Morticia Addams.
Fuck yeah.
But I tied it with Herman and Lily Munster.
Okay.
The Munsters and the Addams family are my top horror couples. That's relationship goals. You know, people put the hashtag relationship goals.
Yeah.
Fucking Herman and Lily and Gomez and Morticia. I had to put them. I like the Addams Family and everything, but I like Herman more than I like Gomez.
Okay.
And Lily is much hotter than Morticia.
It's funny. I'm on the other side of that.
Really?
I'm a Gomez and Morticia, and I prefer Morticia. I actually prefer Angelica Houston as Morticia.
I prefer Angelica Houston also, but I'm talking about the old school Lily Munster.
Yeah.
Did you see that picture with her, the spiderweb bra thing?
Yeah. I mean, that's that.
I have it tattooed. I have it tattooed on my left ass cheek. I'll show you after we're done.
All right, cool. I'll beat off.
You'll beat off to my ass.
Yeah,
my ass tattoo.
I like Gomez and Morticia a little bit better because like I think that like Herman and Lily are like a cute couple and like they're the monster couple, they're the monster couple and all that. But Gomez and Morticia were sick. And they were psychotic.
Oh, I like that too.
But they fucking loved each other. Like they were each other's world. Them and their kids.
I need to show my kids the Addams Family. I haven't showed.
Really?
Kaylee and Annabelle have never seen the Addams Family
Shit,
movie.
that's like essential watching.
I know David's seen it, but I really need to show it to Kaylee and Annabelle. The Munsters. I watched that on Netflix. Still, they have the whole series on Netflix.
Really?
The Munsters. It still holds up, dude.
Nice.
It's funny. Even though it's got that canned laughter, what they're laughing at, it's actually funny. It's entertaining.
I'm friends with Butch Patrick on Facebook, the dude who was Eddie Munster.
Yeah.
And he still, like, he just got married recently, actually, but, like, he still, like, does the Eddie Munster. I mean, he doesn't dress up, but, like, he goes to conventions and stuff and signs.
It's another Fred Gwynn, R.I.P.
Yeah, another
Y'all
one.
don't go down this road around here.
I'll have to go back and rewatch some more. I have all of the Addams Family on DVD, and actually at my work, the day before Halloween, we're gonna have a Addams Family marathon going in their
show?
their dining room area.
I would say the Addams Family movie Part 1 is better than the Munsters, but the Munsters show is better than the Addams Family show.
I'll have to go back and rewatch it.
Like the Raul Julia Angelica Houston one it's really good. You know, it's a good little horror comedy that's acceptable for kids and stuff. The first one, the second one's all right too. It's okay. It's not as good as the first one, but
the second one has some great moments though.
Yeah.
Like because Fester's like getting married to that chick who just wants him for the money.
Yeah,
and she's trying to get him to like propose to her, and he doesn't know what to do. It's just like sometimes we need to make the ultimate sacrifice. And Fester goes, a goat.
Yeah.
I mean, that movie focused more on Christopher Lloyd than on Raul Julia and Angelica Houston. He owned that one. But I think the first Addams Family movie is a fucking perfect movie. Like
it is. It's really good
for what it is.
With the thing, everyone kills it, even the bad people. You know.
Yeah.
The people who are like the realtors and shit like that. All those, everyone's good. Yeah. Even the girl that is Wednesday's. Like opposite,
the blonde girl.
Yeah, everyone does good. It's very well executed, and like I said,
even MC Hammer kills it.
I would put it. Yeah, MC Hammer's the man. If I ever started another band in that style, that's my go-to.
MC Hammer.
I'm gonna give him a call.
Nice. Are you all?
You leave that religion shit at home, though. You leave that reverend shit at home, MC Hammer.
I was in Home Depot a couple days ago. And he was like on a Home Depot stand about like something that's hard as nails. Like, even MC Hammer can't break it. And he's like holding this glue bottle.
MC Hammer, the only holy man I ever need is sitting right next to me.
That's right. I'm too legit to quit.
Too legit to quit because of things that you can't explain
that's
right
now. Shit that's too weird to explain. I think I said stuff. I don't think I said shit.
You said stuff. Yeah, but. Shit is what you meant.
Right.
But let's go to honorable mentions.
All right. Stephen Diane Freeling, Poltergeist. What the fuck was speaking of Poltergeist, what was that?
I don't know. What the fuck was that?
Say Poltergeist and something it's not.
I think I kicked something off there. I don't know.
Okay. Craig T. Nelson, and I can't remember the wife, who the actress who played the wife. They're a good couple, but there's something interesting about it. They talk about their age in the movie, like how old they are, and they talk about when they were married. And if you do the math on it, he was 20 and she was 16.
That's creepy.
Poltergeist is a statutory rape movie. Yeah, it was the 60s. It might have been different, but yeah.
They might have been in another state.
Right. Of course, you've got The Monster and the Bride from Bride of Frankenstein.
Of course. I cannot, so go with that. That's like number 0.
Yeah. I'm putting Mickey and Mallory Knox on my honorable mentions because we've established that Natural Born Killers isn't really a horror movie, but it has some horrific elements.
It's a genre piece. It's like an exploitation movie. So it fits in our, like we said, we're horror, extreme, and disturbing. So we'll say stuff like that. And it's also on my honorable mentions. So
And my last honorable mention, King Kong and Darrow.
That's funny.
Of course, he never banged her because she would just be paste. Have you seen the stills from the new upcoming King Kong movie that's coming out?
No.
It looks fucking good.
Really?
He's
I hated the
Oh, yeah,
remake
that was terrible.
shit.
Fuck
Yeah.
that movie.
The Skull Island thing?
Yeah.
Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
That's good?
Yeah, he's he's CG, but it looks like it's really, really good quality CG, and he doesn't just look like a big gorilla. He looks like he's been through some shit. He's got like pieces of hair missing, and like scrapes and scars all over him.
Yeah.
He's just fucking angry looking. Like, I'm super excited about this.
Wow. All right, so mine. My
And no
first
Jack
honorable
Black.
mention would have been on my list, but I cannot put it on my list because, like Reanimator, it's a movie I talk far too much about. Lionel and Paquita from Dead Alive.
Yeah.
A
Good
great
couple.
horror couple. I got Seth and Veronica from The Fly.
Yeah, it's a good one. Gina Davis and Jeff Goldblum.
Yep. Mickey and Mallory Knox, like you said. Have you ever seen the movie Carla?
No, I never heard of it.
It's got the girl from 70 Show and Orange is the New Black, the redheaded girl,
Okay.
but she's blonde, and it's about a real case. But Carla and Paul from Carla, you need to watch that because it's a good, it's a true case
Okay.
movie where they're kind of like swingers, but then they kill people too, like they fuck people and kill them.
Nice.
Then my next one is both Chris and Belle Cleek, and also Chris Cleek and his daughter, because he's with his wife and his daughter in The Woman. Remember the guy in The Woman?
Yeah.
Impregnated his daughter, and he beats his wife and shit like that.
That fucking scumbag.
Horrible horror couple. Not an ideal couple, but
Right.
very memorable. Got Julie and Kurt from Return of the Living Dead 3. Drags her body back into his dad's fucking underground army base to reanimate her. You know, he really loved her, so. And she's hot. And how the fuck did he score that? You're way out of your league, bro. Go home.
She
Go
stayed
home.
on after she was dead.
Yep. Shaun and Liz from Shaun of the Dead.
Yeah.
Another one, like you said about Mickey and Mallory. This is not a horror movie, but it's a traditional exploitation movie in every sense of the word. I think it's great. I'm sure you love it too, but Clarence in Alabama from True Romance.
That's a fucking great movie.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And if you guys haven't seen that shit, you should look it up. You like it.
Yeah.
Don't let the name fool you. True Romance as a name. I would never watch a movie called that if I didn't know about the people who made it and how good it is.
Yeah.
You know?
It's a fucked up movie.
Yep, it is. Very fucked up. Mum and Dad from Mum and Dad. Frankenstein and the Bride of Frankenstein was my number 0. Hannibal and Clarice. Even though they never bang, like you said about the right one in, it's implied that he is in love with her.
Oh, yeah.
Hannibal loves Clarice.
Yeah.
You know? That's why he doesn't kill her. He's had opportunities. That's why he dresses her up in evening gowns and what makes him feed brains to her friends in front of her, you know, rather than kill her. So.
But he's a gentleman, so he
He
doesn't
is.
bang.
That's why, yeah. Jack and Wendy from The Shining.
Yeah. Not a good couple.
Dysfunctional couple,
yeah.
but horror couple nonetheless. That's why they're not on the list. And then Trash and Suicide from Return of the Living Dead. This shit's a fucking way of life. It's a fucking way of life.
I have one more addition that just occurred to me while you were giving your list.
Okay.
Perdita, Durango, and Romeo.
Oh, for sure. We're talking about exploitation movies that aren't horror.
Yeah.
If you guys need to check out Perdita Durango, that is some fucked up shit.
And
it is
she,
crazy.
She really loved him, and I think in his own psychotic way, he loved her too.
And she is fucking smoking hot.
And Javier Bardem is scary as fuck.
He is.
Yeah, just
With
nuts.
his mullet.
And his weird teeth.
He might be in our live show list. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll tell you what our list is in person. We're not going to tease it. I'm not going to tell you what we're going to do at the live show. We got some plans though. We got some shit going down.
Some
November 19th.
things in the works.
Yes. You guys need to come. Come one, come all.
I don't
Drive.
care if you're not
You live in
anywhere
LA,
near
you
Santa
live in
Maria.
Ventura. You live in New York.
Santa Maria has an airport.
I don't care if you live in Thailand.
I don't care if you live in Bangladesh.
If you drive, I'll make you this pledge. If you attend the Postmortem live show and you drive over 3 hours, I will buy you a drink afterwards at the bar.
Awesome.
That's my promise to you.
Yeah.
But you have to buy me one after. So it's okay.
You hear that? You hear that, Antoine?
That was the copyright. You know, the little
Yeah.
whoa.
The Micro Machine Man
Yeah.
announcement at the end.
Yeah.
Warning: Postmortem Live may cause loose stool or brain hemorrhage.
All right, that's it for our fucking top 5 horror couples. It's been a hell of a week. I'm tired. Your honeymoon is supposed to be a time of relaxation. I'm all cut up, bruised up. And that's not even from the death match. That's just from my wife.
Yeah, oh no, I took a bunch of glass. Those look like fingernail marks. It's glass.
So that's it for this week. Horror Couples. We'll be back next week with a new episode. We don't know what it is. Only time will tell.
We got no plans.
We got no plans.
We rarely do. Yeah, I was at work yesterday, and there's this lady who has dementia, but it's not super bad. So like she's lucid a lot, but then she'll trail off. And at one point, she was talking to me, and she started to trail off, and then caught herself. And she's like, the thing that frustrates me is that like sometimes I'm fine, but sometimes I just don't know what the fuck is going on. Her actual words.
Yeah.
But then she's like, but then I remembered that when I was your age, I didn't know what the fuck was going on either. So I think it's okay. I think that's going to become my mantra for my life.
Yeah. We need to have her as our guest.
Yeah, for real.
Can you bring her in studio? Can we abduct her? Yeah, let's abduct her.
Sign her out.
Tom, you're fired. But why? You had a resident come with you and she died. Yeah, but she died recording the podcast. She was having a lot of fun. She was on the Postmortem show.
She's going to live forever now.
But Dom, she's actually Postmortem now. You're fucking fired.
Would you like a puppy to replace her?
Duh. We'll just put the same fucking clothes on and a
dogs.
wig on one of the puppies and wheel it in on the wheelchair and just put it in her bed and see if anyone notices. Oh, you know what we can do? They say 3 to 12 puppies. We can fill up her fucking clothes with puppies. Like when midgets stand on each other, or little kids, like in the Little Rascals and shit, trying to be a fucking grown-ass man on each other's shoulders. We'll fill up clothes with puppies and just return it to your work.
That works.
I can deal with my problems.
Yeah, one puppy in the diaper, the puppy on the top that's the head has dentures in its mouth.
One of the puppies is just curled up on top of the head of the other as the hair. Two puppies as boobs.
I hope my down low. I hope my bosses never listen to this. I'm going to lose my job. Disclaimer: I will never do any of this.
The thoughts of JD only reflect the thoughts of JD, and not the thoughts of Dominic.
May cause loose stool or brain hemorrhage. So, as H.P. Lovecraft once said to his girlfriend between her legs, if it smells like fish,
throw the fucker back. And then fuck it, because that's what couples do.
right? They have sex.
They have sex.
Biff and Bailey.
Dressed like old women, assembled in dogs, manufacture vaginas. You know what you got to do if you got to manufacture a vagina? This is what I used to do as a kid. You get one of those religious candles. I know we've already went home. We already give the cue to go home, but I just got to tell the story. Okay, you get the religious candle.
Taking the ship Broadway.
You know the little Catholic candles. You know.
Yeah.
The Virgin Mary and
tall,
stuff like
long
that.
ones. Yeah.
If you get a butter knife and hold it to the fire on your stove, get it real hot, you can slip it down in there, you can carve a little circle, pull the wax out. When you pull the wax out, you save it, right? You melt the wax, you fill it back in, let it harden. You don't fill it up all the way, but you fill it in so it's kind of like malleable, you know? You let it harden, and then you get yourself some Vaseline.
So what you're saying is that you invented the fleshlight.
I did. As a young man, probably like 12 years old, 11 years old.
That's amazing.
And it's a Virgin Mary candle, so it gives you a new meaning to Immaculate Conception.
Fuck.
And that's it for this week's episode.
Smells like fish throwback.
Smells like fish throwback.